Conspiracies. Everyone believes in one, whether they admit it or not. The only thing that differs between them is the subject and scale of the theory. And while subject and scale is important, some people are willing to openly own their theories and suspicions, or at least express their doubts about popular narratives, because they haven't allowed the media or other people's opinion to scare away their disbelief with the spooky label of conspiracy theorist. What conspiracy theories have in common is that the person holding the theory or hypothesis does not have all of the information needed to fully support a counterclaim, and this includes most insiders as well. And this unifies all conspiracy theories onto a spectrum of plausibility that varies depending on the quality of evidence that supports or denies their claims. To avoid engaging with reasonable skepticism, those who are skeptical of skepticism itself run an end-around play that goes something like this. You think this, therefore you must be that. And by that, they mean conspiracy theorist, of course. And because you're that, I don't have to bother considering or even listening to anything you have to say. Translating this formula even further, it sounds more like, leave me to my superior, institutionally approved, popular mindset. This mindset is the soothing balm of its own beliefs, and it conveniently manages to never upset power.
And the devil will drag you under by the sharp lapel of your checkered coat. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, you're rocking the boat.
Playing devil's advocate, the safe, popular mindset isn't necessarily wrong. Faith and skepticism are both double-edged swords. Like everything else, it depends. It always depends. And if we wish to become more than information eaters, there's no way around critically considering the stories we are being fed. Responsibility means always having to decide everything ourselves, and the conclusions we reach will necessarily be colored by the previous information we've encountered, along with our proclivities, all of which makes us uniquely faithful or skeptical and human. And it's cool to see where people land. The fact that the conclusions around the things and stories we encounter are highly speculative and debatable is what makes life so damn frustrating. But it also makes life fun and worth living. In American culture, thanks to media, pundits, and PR specialists, opinion is dismissed as conspiracy theory when it undermines or refutes a story propagated by the institutions of power. When opinions relate to matter of little consequence, they're allowed to remain as acceptable, viable alternatives. You're allowed, even encouraged, to share opinions about silly little things. But try penetrating any deeper, and at best, no favors will be done. A fact which should be accepted by content creators dispassionately. The machine can't be expected to act against its own interest.
Andy, did you hear about this one?
The pre-chorus section of Man on the Moon finds Stipe calling out to Kaufman, wherever he is. Is Andy in the spirit realm, or still on Earth, somewhere? Kaufman cried wolf so many times in life that there was some heavy doubt among fans as to whether his death was legit or le-joke. Of course, this uncertainty that Kaufman enthusiastically embraced made him the logical case study sample for this song.
You just give me a pair of boxing gloves and I'll knock you out again. I'll knock you out every time, Lawler. Haven't you learned your lesson? You're so dumb. You're so dumb.
The first line of this pre-chorus is important because it tells the listener that every example that follows this line in the next chorus and the final two verses should indeed be considered as potentially nothing more than gags, grifts, and hustles. Just in case you didn't get that impression from the first verse alone, it reinforces and makes clear the theme of the song and removes any doubt that this song is about doubt and belief, two things that go together hand in glove. It sets up the rest of the song quite well.
Now, Andy, did you hear about this one?
These words read like Michael checking in on Andy, comparing notes, and updating him with the various stories floating around planet Earth, or even the rumors concerning his death. Perhaps our singer wonders and is asking Andy on our behalf, are there still games in the afterlife, buddy? And are you still playing them? Of course, it could also simply serve as a reference to the rumors that Andy might have faked his death and was messing with us after all. As in, are you f***ing with us, Andy? Going a step further is the idea that this line could be Michael telling the spirit of Andy that some of the folks down here still believe you're playing them. Either way, if you've ever loved and lost anyone close to you and believe in life beyond this life, you'll find yourself wondering what they might be doing right now and if they're happy. You might even ask them out loud. But these people don't have to be personally connected to you to feel an urge to reach out to them. And if you're Michael Stipe, you might even write a hit song about it. This line doesn't need much analysis. Kaufman got a fair amount of mileage from his pretty funny, pretty impressive Elvis impersonation. It was silly and fun, and Andy seemed to enjoy doing it. Some things are done for the simple pleasure of doing them, which is a sufficient motivation for most things.
Half of the show, baby.
The last line of the pre-chorus, "Are we losing touch?" restores ambiguity, and it's haunting. Michael could be asking this question directly to Andy regarding their connection, as in, "Can you still hear me, Andy?" Or he might be airmailing that question to Andy for us. It feels like Michael is asking Andy, that master prankster from beyond, for an expert's opinion on whether humankind has lost the ability to tell fact from fiction in an increasingly deceptive world.
Are we losing touch?
Well, are we?